What is happening right now is a complete disaster because of what Russia is doing at the moment. Let me tell you more in details. By the way, guys, if you are new to this channel, not subscribed to my channel yet, consider subscribing because we talk about these events that are leading to a much more disastrous, catastrophic event in the future. So again, if you want to be updated on all of this, consider subscribing to my channel. And also, if you're on Facebook, follow my page. What is happening right now? Let's talk about that for a second. We have seen how Russia did not feel comfortable having Israeli presence in Syria. They told Israeli officials that if you guys are going to be here, then we are facing a lot of challenges. And one of those challenges is the fact that Russian assets, military assets I'm talking about, could be coming under attack by the forces of Israeli Navy or the fighter jets. They could actually pound on Russian targets, the Air Force of Israel. Why? It is because Russia, they have a lot of military assets there. And from the very beginning of this war, from the very beginning of this conflict, Russia, Vladimir Putin, he actually openly supported Palestinian causes, and he said, I will help them. And I call this a big mistake on Israelis' part. And obviously, he then blamed Joe Biden for his support of Israel, supporting this genocide. So in a surprising turn of events, this is what happened. Russia has sent fighter jets to Israel in support of Gaza, Palestine, a move that has sent shockwaves through the international community. This unexpected development marks a significant shift in the geopolitics of the Middle East and raises questions about Russia's motives, the implications for the Israel-Palestine conflict, and the broader regional dynamics. So in this video, we want to talk more about this. Now, we all know that there are a lot of other details that are developing. And so if we delve into this with more details, what we really find is that, dear viewers, Russia is actually getting more and more involved in this war. And not only that Russia is getting involved, we are also seeing China. But let's talk about Russia's part in this first. So this report, according to this report, what they're suggesting is that Russian military, Russian Navy, the Russian Air Force, they have all sent this fighter jets to Gaza to help Gaza out, and Israel is not feeling very comfortable. So these moves allows Russia to position itself as a mediator. So by sending this fighter jet, because remember right now, a lot of these countries, Middle Eastern countries, I should say all of these countries, they cannot trust US anymore because they are going to support Israel without any condition. And therefore, these countries are now turning to Russia. So Russia, by sending this kind of fighter jets, they are positioning themselves as the mediator between Israel and Palestine conflict, and potentially gaining leverage in negotiation. And they are going to also have some diplomatic power in the region. So this is the end goal of Vladimir Putin, that he wants to have his influence, the country to exert its influence in the Middle East and become a regional power, and when it comes to diplomacy and all that. Another factor to consider is Russia's ongoing rivalry with the United States and its allies in the Middle East. By supporting Gaza, Palestine, Russia may be seeking to challenge the dominance of the United States and its influence over Israel. As I said, these countries, they do not trust U.S., they do not have any confidence in U.S., in other words, that they could bring an end to this conflict. This move could be seen as part of Russia's broader strategy to counterbalance American power in the region. The arrival of Russian fighter jets in Israel has triggered various reactions from key players in the Middle East and the international community. Of course, we know that Erdogan of Turkey, they expressed their support for Russian mediation, Russian interference, if you like, into this conflict because of lack of US's willingness to really be neutral and to solve the problem. We have seen how these countries are actually turning to Russia more, i.e. Turkey, Saudi Arabia, UAE, and I mean these countries, they're hosting Russia. Putin, when he goes to the Middle East, they're hosting him, they're welcoming him. And so Israel understandably has expressed concerns about Russia's involvement in the conflict. Israeli government has emphasized its commitment to its security and sovereignty and has urged Russia to clarify its intentions in the region. Russia, I don't think they are going to be so interested in clarifying on all of this. Now, what happened with China? Like, what is happening? So China is also in this game. China has been charting a cautious policy on Israel's war in the Gaza Strip since the Hamas attack on October 7. China's focus on discrediting and undermining the United States' political and moral standing while signaling neutrality publicly can be called anti-Western neutrality in the context of the current war. Basically, what this report is suggesting is that China, they are also vying to become a dominant power alongside Russia in order to really solve these problems. Because remember, US, they actually moved a lot of their assets from the Middle Eastern countries to China. I mean those the sea that belong to Chinese border, they're going close to those Chinese navies, those artificial island that they're making. US has moved a lot of his military asset there. Why? Because they want to keep an eye on China, right? And so because of this emptiness in the Middle East of US's power that we are seeing diminishing every single day, China and Russia, they want to actually take full advantage of that and confuse, if you like, U.S. as to what kind of policy they should be making when it comes to dealing with these Middle Eastern countries. Because one time we see them leaving U.S. And its allies leaving Middle East, thinking, well, this region, they're no more challenge for us. We need to go to China and Russia. The next moment, you see them actually coming back. Now, China and Russia, they're becoming dominant force in the Middle Eastern countries. They want to US, they want to come back to the Middle East, and they cannot in the process obviously leave Israel alone. So it is like a going back and forth for US, and this is absolutely making their job very, very hard. Their foreign policy, they are actually being called very, very hypocritical by this Middle Eastern country. So situation is not panning out for US now, with these Russian jets being sent to this conflict to exert the dominance, is only going to make US's job much more difficult. Follow us on Facebook and subscribe on YouTube. I'll see you in the next one. Have a wonderful day.